The argument over whether hydrogen cars will eventually take the place of electric vehicles (EVs) is becoming more and more popular as both technologies compete to rule the automotive industry. Hydrogen fuel cell cars (CEVs) have distinct benefits including faster recharging and extended driving distances. Nevertheless, they also have substantial obstacles that may prevent their general use. In order to shed light on the possible futures of both EVs and hydrogen automobiles, we will examine 7 important factors that illustrate the current state of the industry. Number 7. Energy efficiency. An essential component of car performance, energy efficiency has a direct bearing on running costs and environmental sustainability. Battery electric vehicles (BEVs) convert about 80% of the electricity stored in their batteries into usable power for propulsion, making them exceptionally energy-efficient cars. Compared to internal combustion engines or hydrogen fuel cells, electric motors have fewer moving parts and suffer from smaller energy losses, which contribute to their high efficiency. Electric motors also directly convert electrical energy into mechanical energy. Hydrogen fuel cell vehicles (FCVs), on the other hand, have a far lower efficiency rate, turning only roughly 40% of the energy in hydrogen into useful electricity. The process of producing hydrogen is energy-intensive in and of itself. For example, the widely used method of steam methane reforming requires a significant amount of energy to extract hydrogen from natural gas, which leads to significant energy losses. Furthermore, only roughly 70% of the electrical energy required to make hydrogen through electrolysis is transferred into hydrogen gas. Further losses happen during compression, storage, and conversion back into electricity in the fuel cell. In addition to decreasing hydrogen's efficiency, this multi-step process raises concerns about hydrogen's sustainability when compared to BEV's direct usage of electricity, which can increasingly come from renewable sources. Number 6. Infrastructure availability. One of the main obstacles to the widespread adoption of hydrogen technology is the significantly different infrastructures supporting electric and hydrogen vehicles. There are now thousands of EV charging stations worldwide, but as cities and governments make investments in extending charging networks, forecasts indicate that this number might rise to up to 35 million by 2030. Thanks to this sophisticated infrastructure, EV owners can easily and conveniently charge their cars at home, at work, or at public charging stations. In sharp contrast, there are very few hydrogen refueling stations, about 1,000 globally, with the majority located in particular states like California, as well as a few regions of Europe and Japan. In order to transport hydrogen safely and effectively, building a comprehensive infrastructure for the gas would involve significant investments in pipelines, distribution networks, and recharging stations. The psychological barrier caused by the absence of easily accessible refueling stations for prospective owners of hydrogen vehicles who might worry about running out of fuel while traveling leads many customers to prefer the more well-established EV charging networks. Number 5. Cost of refueling. One important issue impacting consumer mobility decisions is the price of fuel in automobiles. Depending on local electricity prices and battery size, the average cost of a full charge for an electric car can range from $6 to $10. Because of their affordability, EVs are a desirable choice for people on a tight budget who need affordable transportation. Refueling a hydrogen vehicle, on the other hand, can be much more expensive, typically costing between $75 and $125 per fill-up due to the present techniques of producing hydrogen and the scarcity of refueling facilities, which can raise costs because of poor economies of scale. Furthermore, buyers need to take into account the long-term cost of ownership in addition to the one-time refueling expenses. When evaluating the whole cost of ownership, including insurance premiums, depreciation, fuel prices, and maintenance requirements, which are typically cheaper for EVs, EVs are typically a more cost-effective option for daily transportation needs. The financial benefits of BEVs become even more appealing as consumers get more conscious of the whole costs associated with owning a vehicle during its life cycle. Number 4. Driving range. The remarkable driving ranges of hydrogen cars, typically between 400 and 600 miles on a single tank, are frequently commended and can help them appear more appealing than conventional gasoline-powered cars. But new developments in battery science have also made it possible for electric cars to go more than 600 miles. One of the main advantages that hydrogen vehicles formerly had over electric vehicles is diminished by this closing gap. Furthermore, even if it only takes 5 to 10 minutes to refill a hydrogen-powered vehicle, many electric vehicle users find that home charging meets their daily demands. Since most people do not drive more than 40 miles a day on average, charging overnight or during work hours enables them to start each day with a fully charged battery and eliminates the need for multiple stops at public chargers or gas stations. Furthermore, manufacturers are creating faster charging options as battery technology advances, allowing EVs to recharge a sizable amount of their batteries at public charging stations in less than an hour. The everyday usability of electric vehicles is further improved by this convenience. Number 3. Refueling time. When it comes to refueling, hydrogen vehicles do have an advantage. Filling up a hydrogen tank normally takes 5 to 10 minutes, which is comparable to traditional gasoline vehicles. This quick refueling process appeals to customers who value speed and convenience in their transportation options. Nevertheless, the ease of home charging for electric cars slightly outweighs this advantage. Without requiring a trip to a fueling station, many EV owners are able to charge their cars overnight or during business hours, seamlessly incorporating charging into their daily schedules with no extra labor or time commitment. Furthermore, at public charging stations, EVs may recharge a sizable amount of their batteries in less than an hour thanks to advances in fast charging technology. Some ultra-fast chargers can deliver up to 80% charge in roughly 30 minutes or less. This changing environment makes electric vehicles EVs appear like more practical solutions for customers while lessening the apparent benefit of hydrogen cars' rapid refueling durations. Number 2. Environmental impact. While it is true that the only pollutants created by hydrogen cars during operation are water vapor, the environmental benefits are compromised by the way most hydrogen is currently produced, which mostly involves natural gas reforming methods that release CO2 into the atmosphere as a byproduct. While green hydrogen, which may be created without hazardous emissions through electrolysis utilizing renewable energy sources, has potential, it is not yet extensively adopted at scale due to high prices and limited infrastructure availability. The technology is still in its early stages of development. Green hydrogen production necessitates large amounts of electricity produced from renewable sources, such as solar or wind power. However, these sources are still being added to the global power grid at different rates. On the other hand, battery electric vehicles profit from a power system that is powered more and more by renewable resources. Numerous areas are investing heavily in wind and solar energy, which will eventually lead to the production of cleaner electricity. BEVs are a more appealing option as consumers grow more environmentally conscious and look for sustainable transportation solutions with lower carbon footprints throughout their life cycles from manufacturer operation. Number 1. Market trends. As major manufacturers extend their options of electric vehicles across many market categories and substantially invest in battery technology, the automobile industry is currently undergoing a huge change towards electrification. With their cutting-edge models that appeal to tech-savvy consumers seeking performance along with sustainability, companies like Tesla have spearheaded this movement. As a result of Tesla's success, established automakers like Ford and Volkswagen have increased production capacity and released new electric models targeted at various demographics, ranging from compact cars to SUVs, in an attempt to gain market share in this expanding industry. Additionally, through subsidies and emissions objectives that support cleaner technologies over fossil fuels or alternative fuels like hydrogen, government incentives and regulatory frameworks are supporting the adoption of electric vehicles more and more. On the other hand, the amount of money invested in hydrogen fuel cell technology is still small and is mostly concentrated in specialized markets like California and Japan, where there is government support for these kinds of initiatives, rather than in general consumer markets because of infrastructure and cost issues. It seems unlikely that hydrogen cars will overtake electric vehicles EVs as the primary mode of sustainable transportation anytime soon, despite the fact that both technologies may coexist in the future as parts of a diverse transportation ecosystem that includes applications where each might shine. It is obvious that EVs will continue to lead the automotive industry's search for greener and more efficient mobility solutions as consumer preferences and technology develop. If you liked our video, please hit the like button and subscribe to our YouTube channel.